Good evening, everyone. I'm just getting my other camera up and going. There we go. And I am ready to create with you all tonight. Okay, we are August the 19th, and this is the first time I've been live since the 25 days of lives that I just finished on Thursday, I guess it is. Look at that. We got some people watching already tonight. That's great. Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. You're still awake. That's awesome. Josie, I mailed a little something to you today. So you'll have a little gifty coming in the mail. And hello, Christine. Your card kit went out today. Yeah, I got a few things for some of you for sure. Hello from Wisconsin. Nice to see you here and joining me. So I must say the last couple days it has been weird not going live because I was going live every single day for 25 days, which I loved. And had a little break. Lance and I went over to Vancouver and hung out with some dear friends over there. It was an amazing just time to catch up and just relax. We went for walks with dogs and just visited, and yeah, we had a great time. So that was a nice couple days. Today's been busy, but good. All is good. So for tonight, I am back. I did not end up going live on Sunday. I know some of you messaged me saying, did I miss your live on Sunday? It ended up that I wanted to just spend a little extra time preparing for a gathering that I was having with some ladies from my Stampin' Canadian team. And we had a wonderful time visiting, doing some creating, and I just wanted everything to be done and perfect. So I am coming back tonight to you with a little toss-up. So for tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a very quick and easy technique that is easy to make a really effective focal point or backdrop for another element. We are going to be using our blocks. We are going to be using some Stampin' Blends and some new designer series papers. So I'm excited. It'll be kind of a little bit of a sneak peek. As well, I'm going to be using a new stamp set that's coming out in the Christmas holiday mini catalog. So I'm going to be using a greeting from there as well. So I got a few things to share with you tonight. I wanted, first of all, to take a minute just to announce there's a little buzz been going on for sure from some Stampin' Up! Demonstrators near and far, and there is some changes that are going into effect for Stampin' Up! About some products. So I want to start off just by getting you guys into the know, and then I'm going to go and post them. And well, I've got some of my team members watching, so they have probably already seen the updates, but there's a few changes. So for one thing, one of the main things that is happening as of tomorrow is Stampin' Up! Is getting rid of, retiring all of the Stamp and Write markers. So the Stamp and Write markers, I'm going to show them to you here. There we go. Got them all on my side. Well, over that way. The Stamp and Write markers are alcohol-based markers that you can actually color right on the stamps. And they are perfect for red rubber stamps, are the perfect thing to use for coloring on those. But Stampin' Up! Has a couple things that they're getting rid of. The Stampin' Write markers are one. They will be going on the last chance list as of tomorrow. So you will probably see them on there. They said the 20th. So as of 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you'll probably see them there, or sometime definitely early tomorrow morning. And they will be clearing out all of their stock in the in colors as well as all the color families. So if you're one that loves the Stampin' Up markers, you're going to want to grab some while you still can. So that is the first thing that I want to let you know about. I don't know whether or not once they hit that last chance list, if they are going to discount them at all. I know the in color ones are marked down the 15%. But as for these color families, I am thinking that they're probably going to go very quickly. So I don't know whether they will even get to discount them. But they are our water base. They are not the alcohol base. They are the water base markers. So the Stamp and Write markers. Okay, they're the skinny markers, not these thick ones that are the alcohol base. Okay, because everyone's kind of moving to the alcohol base. So that is the first change. Okay. Another thing is they are going to be phasing out red rubber stamps. So they are going to, for a couple of reasons. They're going to go to the photopolymer or the clear stamps, just because that is just an easier way to line things up. But not only that, it is getting harder and harder for them to actually source the red rubber that makes the red rubber stamps. Not a lot of places are making that anymore, and so therefore you know, as things switch over more to clear stamps, as we have over the photopolymer, as we have over the last few years, they decided just, you know, it's going to be get to the point where they can't get that red rubber anymore, so they are phasing out red rubber stamps, hence the Stampin' Write markers that you use to color with them. Okay, so no red rubber. Starting with the new online exclusives that are going to be happening. Let me just see here. I have all of my details here. Red rubber discontinued due to a challenge for sourcing the necessary raw materials. They will start the transition over to all photopolymer with November's online exclusives. So all the stamps starting from November on that get the new released ones will all be photopolymer. Okay, and then as the catalogs discontinue, like the annual catalog as well as some of the mini catalogs, all of your red rubber ones, stamps will automatically go on the last chance list. They will not you know, roll over them into a new publication. They will be going on the last chance. Okay, some of them do end up coming in clear as well as red rubber, so you know, we'll have to see if they end up remaking some of those in the photopolymer. I don't think so. I think they're just going to discontinue them. Okay, so if there's ones you love, start collecting them. All right, this is why I'm giving you the heads up. And then the other change is going to be, and again, I've got I'll show you here first. Let me just see. We are switching over our packaging. So because we are no longer going to be doing the red rubber, and it is all going to be the photopolymer, instead of the photo cases, they are going to be putting them into the same sort of sleeves. So these will be the photopolymer stamps. You can see that the photopolymer stamps on the bottom, the envelope on the bottom there, say photopolymer stamp sets. So they will be in sleeves rather than in cases. So nice thing is less room for storage, right? So that'll be perfect. And then what they're adding is they are also on the die set, which is the top package, they are adding that imagery. See the imagery on the front of the packaging? They are adding that on to the front of the packaging, which is amazing because then you can actually see what the dies cut out. Okay, so that's going to be the nice thing, is they are going to be adding some imaging onto the die packages, and then the stamps will be coming in the same sort of sleeves, and you will be able to keep them more in baskets rather than them taking up shelves and shelves. Okay, so yes, needed the image. I know we needed that image. We have been asking for it, right? So it just shows you here just the difference of how it'll take much less space to store all of your stamp sets from this point on, and you can always instead of putting them together like in the packaging, you could easily just put both of them together, the stamps and the dies, and put an elastic around them, or you'll find your way, I'm sure. But you can put an elastic around them, and that way you will keep the dies and the stamps so that they are sandwiched together. That's what I'm going to do, is I'm probably going to put just an elastic around them. It is going to be a game changer for sure. So I like all of the changes that they are making. For those that love those Stampin' Write markers, that's going to be a hard one for sure. I mean, I have all mine, but I do tend to use my alcohol-based markers now instead of the Stampin' Write whenever I'm doing coloring, okay? And then as for, there's other ways in which you can color instead of Stampin' Write markers, the water-based ones, is you can always, I love blending with the Wink of Stella and the blending brushes, or like a watercolor marker and just some of the inks, right? So I will teach you some new ways so you will not miss those markers, okay? All right, so let's get rid of all this, and those are the updates, okay? So I wanted to keep you in the know, and just to let you know, if you want any of those Stampin' Write markers, which are the skinny ones, and they are the water base you can use on your stamps, now is your time, because they are going to be going. All right. Okay. I have got a fun fold I'm going to give away tonight. I have one last one of my July. I will also going to be going back to my Thursday, which was the very last 25 days of lives. I'm going to be putting all of those names into some draws, and I have got a card kit I'm going to give away, as well as a couple other gifties, which will be the last ones of the 25 days of lives. Okay, let's create, shall we? Let's head on down. Okay, so if you missed the 25 days of lives, it was because I hit the 25,000 followers, and I wanted to do a little thank you and give away 25 gifts, as well as go live for 25 days and teach you some different techniques, some different 3D projects. In fact, maybe later in the week, I have all of them sitting in a box. So therefore, I think what I will end up doing is I will, maybe later this week, I will get them all out, and I will show you each and every single project that we did over the 25 days. And if you want to see any of the videos, all you have to do is just search in my search bar for on Stamp or Sue's Paper Creations. You just put 25 days of lives is all you have to put in. Okay, now I'm freezing. I hate it when I freeze. There we go. Okay. Craft room is so full. It will be a safe space. You know what's going to happen is now you're going to have, once you have all of these different cases for your stamps, and they start using less and less space, it just means you have more and more room for more stuff. Shh, we won't tell anyone though, right? We'll keep it our secret. So yeah, 25 days of lives. Search that, and you will have like 25 different videos, okay, that you can check out and see all of the replays. All right. So once we hit, oh my goodness, once we hit 30, which since 25, we're getting closer and closer. I'll do another little span of lives for you. Okay. All right. So let's do our technique first. Okay. What I'm going to be doing is I am going to be using one of our blocks. So I'm using this one, which is going to just center perfectly at the top of this die. So this die here is one of the dies from the textured notes. I love these dies. They have the decorative edges, and I'm going to be doing a very fun and easy technique. It requires a couple supplies. I have got a mister here, and in the mister I have got, let's grab it. I have got some alcohol, okay? Not like vodka or rum or anything like that. We have got this 99%, okay? So I'm going to be using this for a technique on my block, okay? I'm going to be using alcohol markers. And the nice thing with all of the alcohol base, I used to do this technique like all of the time with just the water-based inks and spritzing with water, okay? I still love to do that technique, but what you will find with that technique is if you're using just plain white cardstock is that sometimes because of the saturation of the water, it can definitely affect the quality of the paper, okay? We used to have shimmer paper, which was amazing for doing water, just water techniques, but we don't have that anymore. I'm going to try and fight to get that one back, that's for sure. But instead, you can use the alcohol base, which will dry very quickly, and it doesn't affect your paper, okay? So I'm going to start with just using just the larger tip end here, and I'm going to put a little bit of green on the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to go with the shimmer paper. Was fabulous, wasn't it, Lynn? I know it was. Like I said, I'm putting it in the sandbox. We need to try and get that back because it was beautiful. Because not only did it have the most amazing surface for water to just float over, but it had shimmer built into the paper, and who doesn't love shimmer, right? So we'll see what we can do there. We'll hope they bring it back. That and glossy. Bring back all the oldies, hey? Okay, so this is Lost Lagoon. It's a light Lost Lagoon. And I'm just going right over, and I'm doing it on an angle so I don't go tip down first. I don't want to damage my Stampin' Blends. So I'm going on the side like that. And so I've got the Lost Lagoon, I've got a little bit of Pretty Peacock color, light, and I've got a little bit of Old Olive, okay? Now I'm gonna take my mister and let's get it going. I just filled it up, perfect. You have my vote on the shimmer. Yes to the glossy too, I know, I loved all that stuff. I have a couple packages of shimmer left. I can't break into them because I'm holding out. Okay, I'm going to use the alcohol, and I'm just spraying this so that it's quite wet, okay? Then I'm going to instantly put it down and press it, okay? And I'm giving it a good press. Now I made sure that I should have put that more in the middle, but that's okay. I made sure that I sprayed it so that the whole surface was wet with the 99% alcohol, and then I just lift it up, and this is going to dry fairly quickly, okay? So you can see it goes through because of the alcohol base, but it will dry quite quickly. And then we'll have a beautiful backdrop. Now I'm going to do one more. And I'm just going to show you how, again, how you're going to get different looks depending on how much of the rubbing alcohol that you've got. So this time I'm going to do it on an angle because we might as well, as we're waiting for one to dry. I'm going to show you just an angled look. Lost Lagoon, and we have got the Pretty Peacock. Okay. All right. Again, I'm going to spritz it, and I'm going to try and get it more central for this one. Okay. Okay. I didn't do as much alcohol this time. Press it down right away. See, and because I didn't do as much, I'm going to have a little bit of kind of a mottled look on this one. I want to press it down right away though, because it will dry quickly. I kind of like that too though. Okay, so see how this one had a lot more alcohol. This one not as much, so you get just that little bit of white space in there. I almost like the white space better, but it totally depends on the look you're going for. But that is my backdrop. Now I'm just gonna see, maybe this one dried really quickly. This one had a lot of water, or a lot of alcohol on it, so let's try and just hit it with the heat tool. There, that pretty much did it. Now the nice thing is it doesn't, because you're not dealing with as much water, when you do heat it up, you don't have that warping that you normally have with using the water to spritz and blend with. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside. I'm going to bring in these for a little greeting. And then we're going to put it all together here in a second. I've got my white embossing powder. There it is. And I'm just going to do my buddy. I'm also going to, I'm using a new stamp. So I need to get out, can't find that little hot pink eraser that I had to condition my stamp. So I'm just going to use like a white rubber one. And I just run it over the surface of a new stamp, the photopolymer ones, just to take off that really slippery new surface that they have that makes it so that basically it makes it so that the ink kind of pools on it rather than sticks to it. So just by rubbing across your stamp with an eraser, and you don't have to do it hard, just very lightly, because you don't want to have a whole bunch of rubber bits in there. Okay, what it does is it just makes it so that when you go to stamp this from the beginning, you will have a perfect image. Okay, I'm going to be using Versamark. And again, this die is also from the Textured Notes. And I'm going to do a little 'Tis the Season. So we are going to do, I'm going to do 2 just because I cut out 2. Let's do this one too. Then we'll dip them in the white. I love this greeting for Christmas. So we're going to do like a wintry scene. I am going to, once I'm done here, I'm going to do the exact same card. I will do a second one and I will post it, but it will be more of a spring theme. And again, I'm going to be using just different colors for pressing onto the paper, and with the alcohol base, the Stampin' Blends. I think I'm going to use like more of a sunset, oranges and pinks. And I'm going to be using the same die cut from my Scenic Adventure. And just some more spring and summer-like papers instead of winter papers. And you'll see how just changing the colors of the backdrop that we've got here and the papers in behind it, because I have some beautiful floral papers, that it makes a huge difference, but you can still use the same dies. Okay. That stamp's perfect. I love, oh, hold on, we got a little bit of white there. See that spot on the T? Not quite. There we go. I love, for embossing, I love letters that are about this thickness because they make the perfect image when you go to emboss. So this traditional labels is one of the new ones that are being released on September the 3rd. It comes with a beautiful set of dies that has all different great shapes. So yeah, you will see that in September, and I will be doing more with it, with the dies and stuff too. So you'll be able to see what they look like. All right, so I'm bringing in some papers. These papers are new. Let's see what we've got here. We have got, these are the ones that are snowflakes, but also pine. I think they're so pretty because I love the combination of colors. So it's the Elegant Pine Snowflakes, and they are 12 by 12. They've got garden green, old olive, pretty peacock, secret sea, shaded spruce, all of the good green blue tones that I love. And then they have a little bit of cherry cobbler as well. Okay, I am going to take this and I'm going to cover the entire card front with it. So I'm just going to get out my glue and we're going to cover the entire surface. Okay, I brought a new one out tonight instead of fighting with some of my old ones. It's exciting, new glue. Okay, so this is going to just cover that whole front. I've got a old olive card base, but I'm covering the entire thing up. Okay, I know, right? Oh, tell ya, all of the amazing things, right? So I have to decide whether I want that one or whether I want this one. I think I will go with this blended one. What I'm bringing in, look at how pretty that is going to be. I am bringing in, I'm going to stamp a little bit as well, but I'm bringing in this die here, which is a beautiful set of trees. And this is from the Scenic Adventure. And this is my September card club. The registration is closed for it. I never did get put out. I only grabbed enough for just over 20 kits. So I'm pretty sure that they are all gone already. They went very quickly, but I will show you the cards, and if I have time, I will make up a few extras that you know, you can grab a kit maybe later on in a couple weeks, and then you'll just use the full instructional video and the PDF to finish the cards. But these are the stamps that are within the set. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Let the journey begin. So that's one of them. And then this one here. So again, this is the beautiful trees. It's opening up like that. Okay, so this is September. Just a different look with different shapes and different mountains. So it's a beautiful set that has the mountains and some greenery, some flowers, some beautiful stamps as well for just nice outdoor stamping. And then you guys did see this one. This was the very first one I made with it. Okay, and it has some die cutting for a water effect as well. So I'm going to be using the die from that because I did some extras so that I could put them on other projects. And I'm just going to get rid of all of these little bits in here that are hanging out. We want to be able to see through them. There we go. I think that's got them all. So I'm going to pop this onto here like this. Okay, then what I'm going to do first though is I want to do a little bit of stamping, and I thought I would bring, because we've got some snowflake theme here. I thought I would bring the Snowy Delights, a few little snowflakes in, just to kind of scatter across our sky here. I did use this beautiful snowflake in, it was our last day of the, it was the last day of the 25 days. We did that waterfall card, and it was, let's see here, I've got it right here. So this is the stamps that were used for that one. Okay. You can see I'm going to do a few of those little stamps, but this is that big one, and there is a set of stencils that you put over top and you layer colors with blending brushes, and it's very, very pretty. But I love the detail in these little snowflakes. They're just so cute. So I'm going to sprinkle those over top, and I'm going to use, let's see, I'll use maybe the Pretty Peacock, but I will stamp them off once first, I think. Okay, I'm going to do just a few. Look at that. So pretty. I'm going to put a few down here too, like that. They're just a really nice detail for a snowflake. In fact, let's see the other one. And we will do the same here as well. Stamping off once just lightens up the color, which I think goes better with the backdrop. It's not so such a stark change in color. It's not so bright, like that. Maybe I'll put a few over here as well, just a couple. Okay, so there's a few snowflakes, and then we're going to put, I don't know, no, maybe I will stick with this one. I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to put these snowflakes just popping out like that. So I'm going to put this down first, and I'm just going to put it down so that it is flat in the middle. I got in on the last couple of your days of series. Love the ideas in this. Oh, thank you so much, Patty. Let's see, you're watching from Southern California. Welcome. I'm doing snowflakes. I don't think maybe you see too many snowflakes down there through the winter. But here, well, actually, even in BC, we don't get a lot compared to a lot of you that are throughout Canada that are watching. A lot of you end up with a lot of snow, where we don't see too much of it. A couple days maybe. Okay, I'm going to be using these darker, I almost forget about these darker dimensionals, because it makes it so that you don't have, especially for, I just want to get the rest of these dies out of there, especially for these darker colors, when you use the dies that have like just the little cutouts, you know how they have the little marks in there, if you use white dimensionals, you can sometimes see them through there. So the dark are nice, and you get 2 sheets of the large and 2 sheets of the minis in one package, which is nice. Like I don't pull them out very often, but it's nice to be able to get both of the sizes in one package, because when you do pull them out, then you have the different sizes that you need. So I'm going to just put that over top, pretty, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this across the bottom here. Okay, now I'm going to use, I think it's a hard call. I could use green for twine, or I could use natural for twine. I don't know. I think I might use the natural. What do you think? This is a linen thread. It comes in a 2-pack, and this is going to be part of my paper share. There's also the, oh, that's kind of nice too. This is the early espresso, which looks quite pretty. So maybe I will pull out the darker just for something different. I think I'll do that. I'm going to use the early espresso. It'll pop a little bit on there. The natural. Christine's saying the natural. Well, I'll let it roll for a second. You guys can put in your votes on it. So far we got one for the natural. Hey, I'll cut off a piece of natural. Okay, so we've got the natural. We've got the dark. I just used mine today. I think natural. Okay. No one's voting for the green. Yes, early espresso. See, rebel. Espresso. Use them both together. Dark. Espresso. Ooh, like the darker. You know what? Maybe I should. Should I combine? Would that make everyone happy? Look at that. We'll work together. Oh, hold on. Looks like I've got an incoming. It is. I've got an incoming coming in from my Katie Bear who's wanting to FaceTime me. So after I create this card, I'm going to be calling her back to FaceTime. Combined. I'm doing a combination here, right? Okay. I think this will be perfect. And I might leave it a little bit longer and a little bit dangly with the natural twines. It's kind of nice to do that because they sometimes have a bit of a curl left to them, which looks quite nice. Okay, I do like that. Hold on, I want to get it the right length though. Green and dark. Oh, see, troublemaker now that I've got this one. Maybe on the second card I will do the green. I mean, I could have done all three. Whew. That would have been a crazy thing. But I do like those two. I'm going to go like that. I've got all this left over. I did a little overkill on the ribbon, but that's okay. And I will, for the more spring summer, maybe I'll go these two or the natural tone. I'll definitely get the green in there for the spring card I'm going to do. Okay. All right. So let's do that. Let's do our dimensionals on the back of here. So you can see how easy it was to do that backdrop. Little block of color, alcohol, Stampin' Blends markers. I'm going to just add a glue dot just to put that in its place. And then you can stamp over it very quickly. There's not a lot of time where you have to worry about it drying because it dries quickly. We want this on an angle so that I can put this over top. And I'm going to have my little ribbon bits like that. And if I plan it right, the knot is where the blank spot is between the dimensionals. Look at that. Okay, hold on. Am I straight? Looking pretty good. Just going to pop it up just for a sec. Move this end up a little bit. I like how the trees look like they are coming out from where the greeting is, and I tucked one of the ribbons underneath there so it can just hang and be happy. Okay, I like that. I like the two of them together. Happy with that. We do need a little bit of bling. Let's see. Do we go this? Let's see what I've got hanging around. I'm thinking this, or ooh, this color maybe. Yeah, we're gonna take that one out of there. And I think either this color that kind of goes, or blend it in a little more. I'm thinking the darker. I'm gonna go darker. So I'm gonna go maybe one here, just to put it in the center of there. One here, that little snowflake, like that. Okay, and then we will do one down here in the center of this one. just like that. So simple. Little block of color, a little bit of bling. Green bling would have been nice too. Absolutely. This is kind of the greeny, greeny blue tone. Brings out the pretty peacock colors. It's kind of in between. It's a muted, I think, like pretty peacock color. More like a secret sea actually is what it's supposed to be. I think a muted color of the secret sea, which is this color. So it all blends quite nice. And there we have got a nice easy block with a simple die. We have got our snowflake, pine snowflakes, a little 'tis the season. I like the combination with the twine. Thank you for that. I think that's perfect choice. And done, just like that. Pretty look. It looks nice with this all blocked in fully. I got this idea from Stampin' with Melissa. She did one very similar, but she did wood grain in behind, which looked beautiful, a little block of color, and the trees. And I can't remember what greeting she had on there, but that's where my inspiration came from tonight. Okay, do you like the darker color? Nice, perfect. Okay, so there you have got a easy technique that you can try. Switch it out if you have like sunset colors. You could do flowers around there, right? And you could stamp greenery in the backdrop. So I might do that for my kind of summery spring look, and then I will post that. I'm going to try one more backdrop, a different piece of this designer series paper in the same series, because I do have my second one here, and I do have another greeting ready to go. Maybe I will switch it out and I will do the green and the dark color for the twine, but I'll use a different pattern of paper, and then I'll post and you guys can maybe do a little vote, tell me which one you like better. Okay, all right, so let's give away. We've got one fun fold. If you are within Canada, I can mail this one out to you and I can send the video. If you are not within Canada, then I will send you a video. I have one video which used the sunset sailing, and it had a beautiful masking technique in it, which gave another wonderful backdrop for your stamps. So it has a technique in it. So if you are not within Canada, I will make sure that you get some sort of either fun fold video or technique video as a little gift from me. And then if you're within Canada, then I'll get you the video and you can make the 3 cards that are in this package. Okay, so let's have a look and go for comment number 4. We're going to go really quick here. Comment number 4. I will also let you know that we are down to, let's see here, 9 or the 19th, 29th, 30th. We are down to 11 days, 12 days left actually, 12 days left for my paper ribbon and gold shaker stars product share. So there is just 12 days left to sign up for that, and you will find that in the link in the description. Okay, let me just see. I got to go back because I got to see where we started. Okay, there we go. We have Christine as 1, Christine Carlson, Christine McKay is 2, Linda McHatton is 3, and Carissa, congrats, you are number 4. So Carissa, this one is going to you. I am going to look back. I don't think that you have this one yet, so I'm going to put your name on it. I'll know if I have a look and I've sent you this video before, but I don't think so. So that one is going to you. Congratulations. There we go. I'll mail that out. But yeah, you've got 12 days still to register for the product share, which has a little bit of every single paper that's being released on September the 3rd. So it has all of your specialty papers, all of your regular designer series paper. It's got some glimmer paper in there, some metallic, that earthen tone metallic papers. Also the snowflake, the white beautiful snowflake paper as well. You get some of that in there. You get it all. Basically, every single paper that's being released, whether it is specialty, metallic, glimmer, you get a little bit, a quarter package of all of those things. You get a half package of the tags and more because it has two beautiful die cut image sheets in there, and I wanted you to have all those. I've been doing quite a few cards with those lately. And then you get a quarter spool of 5 different ribbons, and then 4 different twines, including we've got the black and gold, we've got the white and gold, and then we've got the espresso and the old olive. So you get a quarter of all of those, and you get these beautiful oh my gosh, a zillion of these gold stars that you can use to either scatter in shaker cards or use as little embellishments on your cards. Okay, so it's nice because you get it all and you don't have to pay for full packages of everything. Okay, I'm in the midst of labeling everything so that we will have labels that will go in all the packages. I'm going to check in 20 card bases, 2 of 10 different colors, just as a bonus, a package of shimmer or glimmer adhesive back sequins, and a little sampler of 6x6 two-tone cardstock. Okay, so all that stuff is in there. All right, so if you want it all, just fill out the form. If you are outside of Canada, if you are in the US though, my friend Lori Bradley is doing the exact same product share. She made it so that we made the exact same product share, the exact same bonuses. So therefore, those that are watching from the States, I have the link in my form for that product share for Lori to send you, the exact same one. So you can get it from her or from me in Canada. Okay, so therefore everyone has a chance, all right, to grab that. Okay, everyone, I will see you or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning. I will see you and we will do a little creative time. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do yet, but we'll just have to wait and see, right? 9 o'clock in the morning is when we're going to do it. I am also going to do my draws. So I will do a post on the draws for the last of the 3 prizes for my 25 days of lives. So you will see those as well. Okay. Okay. Good night, everyone. And I will see you on Friday. Bye for now.